politician, always a politician. And the task that is ahead of you, if this assembly or this committee approves you, does not require you to be a politician. But you have confirmed before this committee that once a politician, always a politician. So the Honorable Jackson Rob, what is your take on that? How will you be at the executive minus what you've told us once a politician will be a politician? And yet we do not need a politician at the executive.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
if you remember my...
As you respond to that one, so that we are clear with that one, that was a very heavy statement, especially from you. Now that you are a public servant and you are not a politician, but you are working with politicians. Then my next question, tied to that one, is do you have any other political ambition going into the future? Maybe in 1 minute.
Thank you. That's what I was saying. Having lost the elections in 2022, I said I'm no longer vying for any position, and I willingly decided to say, let me do farming. Now that I've been given an opportunity to serve as a public servant, really, will I really mix the two? What is it that I don't know about politics?
So do you want to withdraw?
Yeah, I'm withdrawing. That once a politician is always a politician. So you can use politics again to help you meander where there were issues.
Oh, no, yes. We're referring to your statement on once a politician is always a politician.
No, I'm no longer interested in politics. I really want to serve.
You want to go on record that you have quit politics?
I'm serving the people of Kericho County, and the people of Kericho County are the same people that are being served by the politicians. So I'm on service. I have no problem. And I'm not going to do politics.
Welcome, Chairman.
Yes.
The chairman was away. So that you are now clear that you are not a politician. You decided that you are now going farming, and I cannot give direction now that the chair is here. So what we are getting is that you are going to serve the people of Kericho, and there will be no politics. Yes. I think that is the message that you are taking.
Correct. Correct.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chairman, not that this committee would want to direct you to quit politics or anything.
No, I already made my decision.
Okay. We just wanted to hear that part.
That from the bottom of my heart, I had said I want to settle.
Okay.
And take care of my family. But now an opportunity has arisen, and this opportunity is not about politics. It is about service delivery. I'm ready to offer service to the people of Kericho County, because even when I was a politician, I was offering services. So I want to continue offering services, but not on the political wing. But
so we can also say we want to offer services to the family, to the Kericho County family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you, the Honorable Paul. There is a common phrase that it is only a fool who cannot change his mind or her mind. Again, we cannot gang the nominee if he has his political ambitions. The only thing that should come out very clearly is that when should you be nominated, of course, and approved, should you be approved rather, of course, what the committee is saying, the expectation is that you will render the services as the CEC treat.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. I think that will come out clearly, but we don't want really to ask you how even you ended up making that decision, because we have said only that person who cannot change a mind, who cannot change mind, is that person that I have mentioned, that I don't want to repeat again. The Honorable Anita, you had raised your hand.
Thank you, Chair. My question, Rob, would be on something to do with some act that was passed, that was established. It's called Kericho County Enterprise Fund Act, and the financial year 2014-2015, 100 million was set aside for that enterprise fund. The money was given out as a loan to business owners. That is from 2015. Since then, there's been a challenge in recovering the funds disbursed to business owners. And since this is something that will touch on your docket, we are talking about money that was loaned and not recovered to date. What are some of the strategies maybe that you could expound that you will use to recover those loans? Because as we speak today, we also would like that revolving fund to continue for us to support. And when we ask ourselves, we didn't recover the initial fund. What is this that we can do differently, that we can set aside funds for the enterprise and actually be able to recover it so that it can revolve and help. And also, I think just to ask a general question that, because I know this touch on leadership and your previous commitment, especially when you were the area member of parliament. There was a project that you initiated. It was called Chubait Water. It was a water dam project, I believe. Correct. Which about 60 million was set aside. The project kicked off at some point, but I understand there's a concern in your community because it didn't materialize to actually be used, and yet 60 million was spent. So maybe you'll just highlight on what happened, because when you're here, you're also the face. People still remember some of the projects that you did in...
I'm grateful for the wisdom that you really have. When I was a leader, I sourced for funds from the Ministry of Water and Irrigation then to have a dam that is up there in Kipkelian 1 that used to be a colonial kind of, and that has a source from the forest, because it's a dam that is just immediately after the forest. So during my campaigns, I realized there is water here that can be used by the people of Kipkelian West. So when I was given that opportunity, or when I was elected, I said I'll make sure this water is used by the people. So I looked for money, as you have said. We did the project. The contractor, it was through Lake Victoria Water Service Board then. The money went to Lake Victoria Water Service Board. All the procurement and what have you was done there, and the contractor I was just ceremonial taking the contractor to site. You know, as leaders, you know what you know we normally do. And the works started. We've done the treatment plant. There is a tank, the treatment tank and the clean water tank. We had done even the toilets for the public. That was the initial thing we started, fencing and doing the toilets and bathrooms, because that is the source of water for the community there. So we didn't want them to spoil the water. So we did the fencing, we did the toilets, we did the bathrooms for them, and even the cattle draft where the cattle was taking drinking water. Then I looked for more resources, and we have done all those. They are in place. Unfortunately that I moved, and you know projects in politics die when the owner goes. It is not about anything else. The project died because nobody wanted to be associated with it, because it could have been seen it disrupts. Because already we even did a pipeline up to Parshele. There's a dam, there's a water tank that I done in Parshele. I've done a pipeline. We did a pipeline that goes all the way to Kimolog. You are to use the water at the Kimolog district dispensary. Ruto has built the other day, a land that I bought when I was a member of parliament. So there is a project that we will sit with the honorable member and talk to the CEC water and see what we can do. If the county can own that project from where it has reached, the better. It will help the people of Kipkelian West. The 100 million enterprise fund.
Maybe Honorable Jackson Top.
Yes.
If you can restrict yourself now maybe to the questions that has been posed to my members, and you try your level best to be brief, because I'm seeing time is not on our side. Kindly please be brief, direct to the point.
Let me just answer this one only on enterprise. I'm aware that the board is not in existence. And when the names were taken to the county public service for recruitment because of the wage bill issues, it has been lying there for ages. So let me come in and see what we can do. Part of the issues is the inventory. If we can go out, because we already have the list in the office of the beneficiaries, if I can assign a staff, to follow up on this beneficiaries, those who took the loans, the better, because we need to realize, I'm told they have already refunded about 20 million, so still 80 million is a lot of money, and that is county money, it's a revolving fund. I'll work towards making sure it is clear. Thank you.
Maybe honorable members, maybe before we call it a day, is there anybody else who has maybe a burning issue or a question that you feel you need to ask maybe before we go for closing remarks?
Okay. Thank you, Vice Chairman. Mr. Rob, we come from a county where we have a number of cooperative societies. Others are running, others are dormant. What do you intend to do for the dormant ones to pick up and run again? And then number two, under the defunct local authorities, under the leadership of the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister Musalia Mudavadi, who was the Minister for Local Government, the government of Kenya built economic stimulus markets. There was an economic stimulus program, and the government built a number of markets. I will not say much. There is one in Cape Sion, there is one Kapkelek, Roret, Litain.
For Tenan even now?
For Tenan, correct. Even Kapkelek.
Even Gipsited.
Even Gipsited.
Correct.
Now, the unfortunate thing is, most of those markets are not being used. I will not say much about that, but now, you remember, there was somebody we vetted for the same docket meeting you for. And he kept on telling us, I intend to ensure those markets are being used. I want to hear your narrative, because those markets, money has been spent, the markets are not being used. In fact, the worst is Kapkelek, where people are trading along the road. We would not wish to have the case of Londiani incident. So what is give us your commitment to enable these traders to go to those markets? You know, through that, the county will get the much needed revenues from those markets. Mr. Rob, can you tell us how you intend to?
Thank you. I think on that, I would go and sit with the market. We have the market masters. We also have the leadership in the markets. We must come on a round table and talk together and let them see of using of it. It is their property. It is not the county. You know, sometimes people think some of these projects that we bring belongs to those who are bringing it, but it is their project. They should own it. I will make sure I visit Kapkelek. I have been told about it, and see that we talk, we move. We must move these people because of the dangers that we have already seen, and we don't want to witness such a thing again happening. So that allow me, if approved, I will do something about it. Two, there is the issue of societies. Societies management has been an issue. The biggest issue that causes the dormant cooperative societies collapsing is management, because governance has been an issue. There are people who have sat in a cooperative society as chairman for as long as 30 years. Surely, what does the law say? Does it allow somebody to be a permanent owner of that society? That is what kills the societies. I will make sure we will go as per the law and make changes instantly. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe one thing, maybe I was outside, Chairman.